it's Iain from RTO. Welcome to the first show of the week. This is a viewer's request, or should I really say it's a friend's request. A friend of mine, Catherine, she actually asked me to do this ages ago, but with everyone else's piling up, I've only just got round to doing it. So I do apologise, Catherine, but you asked for these and you're going to get them. They're one of your favourite bands, and we're talking about Stained. American rock band formed in Springfield, Massachusetts. Original lineup was Aaron Lewis, Mike Moosehock, Johnny April and John Wysocki. Wysocki has departed. He departed and after 2011, after they'd recorded, and was replaced by Sal Gennarelli. Okay, they've released 7 albums. Obviously I've sort of listened to them through my friend. Not as big a fan as she is, but I do like their music. I'd only got a couple of their albums, but I've now listened to them all. So these are sort of some of these. It's the first time I've heard some of them. As I always say, this is how I see them. If you're a big fan and you like them all, that's great. Put yours in the comments below. I'd like to see what you think as well. So let's get a cracking. So coming in at number 7, we have the 7th, the most recent album, released in 2011, and it was the last time we'd see John Wysocki in the band, who left after the recording sessions, and it is just called Stained. Features, of course, all these albums feature Aaron Lewis, Mike Moosehock, Johnny April and John Wysocki. So the first track on the album is called Eyes Wide Open. This opens up with a typical Johnny April bass line, thundering bass lines from Johnny April. Then we get Mike's thing. I do apologise for the noise. We've got gardeners doing the little plot here, and we might hear chainsaws going off, so I do apologise today. Yeah, some nice guitar work here for Mike Moosehock, or Moosehock. Good track. Not Again. I love the arrangement on this. The song's really strong, but I do not like Lewis's vocal on here. He tends to try and shout on this one, and I don't like shouting. It just doesn't work for me. Falling, love this track. Favourite track on the album. Got some great vocals here from Aaron. A little bit different from the previous track, so this is much better, and it's a great track. Wannabe. I just don't like this one at all. Again, the vocals are not very good. It's not my cup of tea. Throw It All Away. It's a good track. Not bad at all. Take Your Breath. Solid track. Really good rocker. The Bottom. It's not too bad. It's a bit radio friendly for me, but it's okay. Next track now. Love Mike's guitar work on this at the start. Absolutely great piece of music. Paper Wings, more of them Johnny April bass riffs, pretty cool track. And the last track is Something to Remind You. It's alright, it's just a typical rock ballad. Okay, it is a good album, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike this album at all. It's a bit more commercial than the previous albums, but it's still a good listen, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay then, coming in at number 6, we have the 5th album released in 2005, Chapter 5. Got Aaron, Mike, Johnny and John. First track is Runaway. Nice riffs in this. The guitar work from Mike on this is fantastic. Solid track. Right here, love this one. Johnny's bass line is pretty good. Some nice guitar work in that one as well. Great vocal from Aaron. Paper Jesus. This is a proper old school Stain track. That riffing, them little quirks, them little screeches from Mike. Solid track. Schizophrenic Conversations. It's just a typical slow alternative rock ballad. Nothing rock track, sorry. Nothing inspiring. It's just churned out stuff. Falling, not too bad. Cross the Bear. Love the drums on this. John Wysocki. Great drumming on this, and I love that high-pitched noise on the guitar, that screechy noise, absolutely belting. Devil, another solid track. Please, my favourite track on the album. Love the guitar on here, and the vocals, they work so well together. Excellent track. Everything Changes. Again, one of them typical alternative rock ballads. It's okay. It's not bad. It's okay. Yeah, Take This, solid enough track. We got King of all Excuses. Love this track. Some heavy riffs in this. Some great drumming. Stained of Old. Reply, another solid track from the album to end it. Again, another good album. But their sound was starting to really change to a more radio friendly, shall we put it. But it's still a good album, and I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay then, coming in at number 5, we go to 1999, second album, Dysfunction. Got Aaron Lewis play some acoustic guitar on this, and everyone else does the usual. First track is Suffocate. Bassline again is absolutely belted. Awesome track. This is really heavy and raw as well. Just Go. Love the guitar work in this. It's very atmospheric, deep, excellent track. Me, one of them eerie sounding tracks. I love the atmosphere that you get on this. Some great drumming from John Wysocki. Ace stuff, brilliant. Raw, my favourite track on this album. I love the drumming on this. And then you get some of them nice little guitar licks and little screeches. Pretty good stuff. Mud Shovel, again, a Johnny April bass line that is thumping, really keeps the track on track. Basically, great stuff. Home, again, bass line, brilliant. Great vocal from Aaron, fantastic track. A Flat, probably the weakest track on the album. It's not bad, it's just not inspiring to me. Crawl, more crunching riffs on this. Great drumming from John. Fantastic stuff. Spleen, it's okay. Then we get this little hidden track called Excess Baggage. Acoustic guitars alright, but sounds like it was recorded in the bath. It's got quite an echo on it. It's alright. So this album, excellent album, love it to death. It's really hard, heavy and raw. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4, we go to 2003's 14 Shades of Grey, 4th album. First track on here is Price to Play. This is really hard and heavy. Great. How About You? Unfortunately, not my cup of tea. I just don't get that one at all. So Far Away. I like the gentle start to this, and then all of a sudden it comes in and blows your head off. Great stuff. Yesterday, again, the drumming on this is superb. Love it to bits. Frey, Johnny April again. That bass line is the standout from the track. Zoe Jane. Love this ballad. I love the arrangement. It's one of my favourite tracks off the album. I love the, don't know if it's keyboards or strings, but it really adds to this track. Fill Me Up, fantastic track. More great riffs, great drumming again, exactly what you expect from a Stained track. Lane, solid enough. It's just a normal sort of rock track. Falling Down, solid track with some great vocals from Aaron on that. Great track. Reality. This is quite a long album, and this is one of them tracks to me that's a bit of a filler track. It's nothing special. And we get Tonight, favourite track on the album. One of my favourite tracks by Stained. Love how the bass and the guitar really stand out on this. Terrific. Could It Be? Yeah, a little bit mediocre. Bit of a filler. Blow Away. Again, it's a little bit of filler on here. It is. There's too many tracks on this album. And then we get Intro. Interesting guitar solo, but it's pretty good. As I said, this has got 14 tracks on, which is a lot for a Stained album. But the ones I like are fantastic. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming in number 3, we have the debut album from 1996, Tormented. This was a self-release, so it's no big record company. It's all their own work. First track, Tolerate. Awesome track. Probably my favourite track. Heard this quite a lot. It's one of the first albums I really got in. Obviously I got into by Stained, thanks to a certain friend of mine. So I do like this, and this is an album that I have got. Come Again. Johnny April on this. His bass line is great. Great track. Killer riffs. Hard, heavy. Then we get Break. I don't know if this is a rock track, punk rock or folk rock, but it's a decent track. Painful. This is just a great heavy rock track. I love the drum on this. So I love that metallic sound that comes on this. You get this metallic clump. Absolutely great. Nameless. I'll tell you, this is the most dysfunctional track on the album. It's all over the place in places. Not particularly a good one of mine. Then we get another version of Mud Shuffle, which sounds a lot better actually. I like the rawness of this version. See Through, it's not too bad. Question. I don't like the vocal on this, but I like the rest. No One's Kind, another solid track. Great guitar work. Brilliant. Self-Destruct, unfortunately there's too much shouting on that. Four Walls, a little bit slower. Really nice bass line. I love that track. And then you get this hidden track called Funeral. Pointless bit of dribble really. I don't know why. So not a bad album for your debut. Still finding their feet. Some really good tracks on here. There's one or two that are a little bit experimental and I didn't think they worked. But on the whole, it's a great album. Play this a lot. And I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, then coming at number 2, we go to the 6th album released in 2008, The Illusion of Progress. This is it. Love this. Great riffs. Love Aaron's vocal on it. Very strong and deep. The Way I Am. What a great bass line from Johnny April. Although this is a little bit commercial, I think it's still a really, really good song. Believe. Really good song. Love the vocal. Love the harmonies on this. It's great. Save Me. One of them ballad friendly, radio friendly ballads. It's okay. All I Want. It's okay. Particularly not a favourite of mine though. It's not the best song on the album. Pardon Me. I like this one a lot. I think it's a very good tune. Even though it's a bit commercial, it's still a solid track. Lost Along the Way. This is a mixture of old style Stained and the new direction they were going in. It's pretty solid and I think it works well. Breaking Away, another great track. Really strong riffs in here. Great solo from Mike. Absolutely brilliant. Tangled Up in You. Pretty good. It's a half decent track. Raining Again. This has got some really strong riffs in this one. Lots of them little quirky guitar licks. Excellent. Rainy Day Parade. Great track. Again, hard, heavy, solid, but a mature sound. That's what I'll say about that. And Nothing Left to Say. It's a good solid track to end the album. I would say out of the new style, the more commercial sounding Stained, this is the best one they've done. It's still got the roots of their roots of their early stuff, but this is this is a mature album. It's not as commercial as Stained, but it's still got a lot of their elements of their early stuff. So I love this album. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay then, coming in at number 1. This is a great album. It's an album that I've got, so it was going to be number 1. It's Break the Cycle from 2001, third album. Opens up with the fantastic Open Your Eyes. What I like about this, you've got nice riffs and then little screechy bits of guitar, which are fantastic. Pressure, great riffs in this. Again, very strong guitar licks, good tracks. Fade, one of my favourite slower Stained tracks. It's got this really good bass line from Johnny April that really guides this track. Very, very good. It's been a while. Some of Aaron's best vocals on that. Absolutely amazing. Oh, excuse me a minute, folks. Oh, there we go. Let's oil the cogs. Yeah, next track is Change. Again, classic Stained. You got that really strong riffing open, and then you get some them little screeches that Mike Mushok is so good at. That, you know. Well, no, I'm not very good at making guitar sounds, but you know where I'm coming from. Love that. Can't Believe. It's a mixed track. It's got some nice vocals, and then we got some screechy shouting, and it's probably the weakest track on this album. Epiphany, probably one of my favourite slower tracks here. Great vocal from Aaron, and I love the drums on this as well. Awesome. Suffer, again, some strong riffs that are complemented by some really solid drumming. Excellent track. Warm, Safe Place. It's just a great combination of a great bass line with some great riffs and a drum that really holds this track together. For you, another great track. The riff in this keeps the song going. It just absolutely belts out. Outside, another great slow song with a fantastic bass line. Great vocal from Aaron. Fantastic track. Waste. I love this track. Come out with a belter on this. Absolutely fantastic track. Love the guitar work on this. Take It. Great Stain track to end the album. It's got so many different arrangements in this. The tempo keeps changing, but John drumming is tight all the way through. It is a fantastic track. Great way to end the album. Okay, apart from one of the tracks, every track is solid. And it's got 13 tracks on this, but that apart from that one, they're all good. They're all really good rockers, and the mixture between the rockers and the ballads is balanced nicely as well. Favourite album, without a doubt. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. Okay, there's Stained. There you go, Catherine. All done for you. I'm sure you'll come up with another one and let me know. You usually do. Got classic album again today. This time we're looking at one of my favourite albums from a band that I really like. We're looking at the Eagles and the fantastic Hotel California. Hope you can join me for that. I'll be back later. Take care for now.